Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. And today we continue on with War in the East 2 from Gary Grigsby and Team 2 by 3. We are in turn 7. We're almost to the end of turn 7 here, and I'm looking down at the interdiction levels in and around Odessa. How exciting! You know, when you like these kind of games, you look at these interdiction levels and you're like, "Oh God, that's beautiful." You can see out here in the sea, you can see in the sea. Okay, that's why English is hard to learn. You can see in the sea that where we have +2 or better on interdiction levels, that has turned a nice light Caribbean blue. And that means that we now control those sea hexes from an interdiction level. Now, the Soviets still are fighting us, these fools, for these other sea hexes. Okay, okay, we're going to keep the Führer Aussie down here to interdict even more next time. Now, we may lose some of those planes. You know what? No, I don't mean it like that. You know, you don't want to lose any of the planes, but the interdiction, getting Odessa taken care of, is far more important than a few bombers. Right. Okay, so we got it totally surrounded. We could attack here. I don't think it would be successful. I think it would be foolhardy. That's why we should probably do it. But I won't. I won't. Sometimes I say, hey, let's have some fun. It's not fun when you lose like 6 or 8 thousand troops just doing something silly. So we'll wait until next turn. It's no big deal. Odessa didn't fall until mid-September, and we're August 3rd here. So we're going to pick up full bonus points for Odessa. I've decided now we're going to move 11th Army on down into the Crimea. Part of that is Sevastopol down here. Let's take a look of that. That did not fall until July 3rd, 1942. Well, it is also, if we click here, worth 30 points plus full bonus. We're going to go down and get that. Let's just do it. Let's go after it. If we take the 11th Army, we should be able to take it, hopefully, before the winter snow hits, the fall mud mucks us. Uh, whoa, can't misspeak there. Anyway, if you look here, the big problem going into the Crimea is that you've got these two basic land bridges that bring you in. If the Soviets triple stack here, you got a problem. I'm actually curious about running an amphibious operation over this way. Now, I do believe we would probably have to control the hexes out here, or at least not have the Soviets control. Maybe I should put it that way, to run that amphibious operation. I don't often run amphibious operations. If it's not war in the Pacific, which are obviously done completely differently. Now, have done them in war in the West, and assuming it's kind of the same, it'd be really cool to run an amphibious operation over here so we didn't have to try to cross over. I may go refer to the rule book and really read over the amphibious stuff and see, because we'll be in a friendly port once we take Odessa. We should, I would think, be able to come straight in here. Now, interdiction may stop part of that. The problem then would be supply, or oh gosh, stop saying that. Freight, freight. How are we going to get freight over here, which then could turn into some kind of supply? Well, that's a good question. We would have to get rid of some of this interdiction, no doubt there. So I don't know, a lot to think about. That can come in the future. That's probably a few episodes away. I will rack. I'll have the hamster run even faster up in the birdcage and see if that's something we might do. Now that could be fun, running amphibious operations with the Germans into the Crimea. So okay, we'll think about it. Now before we flip the turn, I've looked around already. I think we're in pretty good shape. Everything's moved. There's only a few things I'm kind of I don't know if worried's the right word, but I wish maybe they were different in a perfect world. If I was some kind of deity or a puppet master, if I could change things. One of those is up here. I don't like this gap. I've looked at it 100 different ways, And I wish I got really excited because I wanted to take that town. But why? I mean, there's really no reason. We got to cross this river, but that could actually be a bad thing. I'm just really afraid there's going to be a Soviet unit somewhere sneak in there and isolate this Panzer division. Now, we will very quickly get it out, but it does waste a little bit of time if that becomes isolated. Um, so what else can we do here before the end of the turn? Well, we're going to go check the commander's report. We're definitely going to do that. We're going to look over our logistics a little bit. Let's get to going though. Let's get to going. Okay, so we're going to go F9 and if you are a War in the East 2 player, you know what that means when we're F9 and that it means we are dropping freight. And I think the obvious place to do it is either Vitebsk, bring it into Vitebsk or bring it into Orsha. One of these two, whoever we think is going to probably supply the panzers out here, this is where we're going to use all of our transports. So let's do an FD9er. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. I didn't mean to right click. Let's left click. There we go. There we go. Now this would be coming out of Riga. Okay. Vitebsk Air Base is the destination. That all looks good. It's a double. Yeah, I mean, we don't have any support at that air base. Can we bring in more here? Not really. Okay, let's go into Vitebsk. I like that. We can do multiple missions, sure. Why not? Let's launch out here. It's 81 transport planes, 121 pounds. Well, 121 pounds of freight's not going to get us far, guys. And then another 85 tons of freight. 60. Wow. All right. This is a lot of tons of freight that's coming in here. No Soviet opposition. I like that. Okay, let's try into Orsha. Can we do it? Wait a minute. Hold on. That would be coming out of the. That's funny. We're going to fly our transports up here, pick up the freight we just dropped off, and then say, hey, we're coming over to Orsha. That's kind of funny. Riga, no, we can't do anything more there. Can we bring something in a little closer? My goodness. Do we have any? Could we fly it into this airfield? I guess we could. Why can't we? Okay, but that's just picking up the freight we just dropped off at Vitebsk. That seems a little silly to me. Minsk? Oh my gosh. They just want to go to Vitebsk. Everything's at Vitebsk. Okay, let's not do any more of that. Maybe bring in some to Pskov. Okay, now that's coming out of Riga. That's fine. We'll get a little more here into Pskov. This all looks really good to me. I'm kind of happy of this nice little setup here. It's equidistant. My OCD loves this little thing out here. You may say, go over here, but we're not gonna do that. Launch, and we'll take some more stuff up here from Riga. 120 tons of freight. And again, we're getting no Soviet opposition on these freight runs. 97 and 69. All right. No, we got another one. We said, no, we're going to take more up here. 55 more. Okay. Don't stop now, Keller. And then finally 22. Sure. Oh boy, that probably absolutely burned all of our air miles. I was kind of hoping maybe to get one up here. Can I get one from here? Yeah, yeah, I can. Okay. Is there a deep? There's not a depot there. Let's go into Venitsa. I think I have a depot here either, though. Hold on. Let's get off of this and let's see. I just forget. Had I already built one at Venitsa? I had not. Oh, Uman does have one. Wow, wow. Okay, okay. That's fine. I like that. Let's get some freight up in here then. Did we build? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's back off on this again. Apologies. Have we built one at Cherkasy yet? Did we build a depot here? No. Okay, well, I'm glad I actually saw that. Let's start building a depot at Cherkasy, and let's try to get as much dang freight in there as we can. Oh, no, there's no air base at Cherkasy. Are you kidding me? That's almost funny. What about this joint? Um, Kremenchug. Can we go in here? No. Okay, well, I guess we're going into this Uman. That's the closest we can get to it. So let's launch up there. That should help our panzers. Well, it's not going to help it with 7 tons of freight. It's almost not worth flying the mission. Okay. Well, that looks like we've run out of luck, gents. I thought, oh, great, we'll fly this straight up in here, and we will in the future because I really should build an airfield here. But there's so many other air bases. I hate to lose any AP building an air base at Cherkasy. Right. Okay, so we're not going to. Okay, so there's our air freight. Let's get off of that. Let's go to the commander's report and let's look at things that are offsides, as I call it, or out too much distance to their command. And we have 1st Romanian Cavalry. Okay, that's got no movement points to begin with. We're not missing anything there. 1st Romanian Mountain Brigade. Again, that's another unit. This one stayed back to try to help clear this that very, very brave Soviet unit. We're over that. We're not going to talk about that anymore. That slowed us down a little bit. Um, Hungarians. Okay, this is all the way back in Hungary, and it's got no movement points. It's frozen for 36 turns. Can I take the static ones off? I thought I could. Support frozen. There we go. Oh gosh, did that just resort that? Let's just keep going down this list, actually. I don't want to go back and like work. Hmm. Okay, we'll take this out. We'll do on map. Yes. We don't want to select all. We'll do on map. We don't want support. Okay, never mind. Motorized infantry. We'll take out air bases. We'll take out air bases. Um, what else do we need to look at? We really should take out headquarters. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, so I think this gives us a better search. Sorry about that. Okay, so we just already looked at, yeah, it does. Okay, now we've really narrowed it down to what's out of command. 251st. Oh, right. Okay, we need to move this headquarters up because we're going to leave this regimental part of it behind. And these guys are going to move forward. Well, these guys here are going to move forward. He's going to go and clear out this up here by Riga. This is where they have a lot of that, kind of air support or interdiction. So that's fine. We'll move that headquarters up. Glad we saw that. And then the Mountain Corps. What's the deal here? Why are you out, my friend? Um, Oh, the headquarters is out. Oh, okay. Well, we've got to move 17th Army up then. And where are we going to move 17th Army? Well, I believe we're going to move 17th Army to Vinica. Okay. And then, well, we're going to keep, what is this? Army Group South. We're going to keep that here at Tarnopol. It's got a bigger rail yard, I believe. But Vinica, why don't we build a depot here? Yes, let's do it. All right, and we'll connect that by rail eventually. Now we've got these both as fours. If we look at the rail screen, well, we're not that far away from it being connected to something eventually. We may just, bring our railroad unit down here really quickly, tie that up, head up to Kiev, then come back down to Cherkasy. Okay, something like that. Well, that's really planning ahead. But for right now, Vinica could be, a two. Let's just make it a 2. Cherkasy can be a 2 out here. So if it can pull anything, it will pull, but it's not going to really pull anything. We don't want those trucks going out that far anyway. We'll just have it straight out of Tarnopol instead of trucks doubling back, coming back to Tarnopol to get freight and then taking it back out here. It doesn't make a lot of sense. So we'll just make those 2s out here. Okay, back we go. Always fun to look at the commander screen and look at this stuff because you learn a little bit about your army. This corps, oh, 43rd Corps is out. Right. That's because 4th Army is all the way back here. It really doesn't need to be. It could come up here, I guess, to Orsha. And then we'll eventually put it in Smolensk. But let's bring it up to Orsha for now. Perfect. Oh, that even bumped Orsha up a little bit. That works for me. And on we go. On we go. We've got something that's 20 out, 183rd Division. That's that unit that's back here. It's a, reinforcement. It just hasn't made it to the front, so we did nothing wrong there. Whoops. Nope. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Um, oh boy, that thing freaked out on me. Now we're the 3-291st Division. There it is. Right, that's the one we're leaving behind. So we had one earlier. We moved this, and then it added this to the report. Okay. Second Romanian Corps. Why is this off? Oh, okay. So Fourth Romanian Army's back here. Let's go ahead and put Fourth Romanian Army up here in Kishinev. And then let's take Fourth Romanian Corps. It doesn't really have anything to do. We'll just like have it sit there. Okay. Hey, for how's it going, guys? What are you doing over here? I don't know. We'll just put it here where there's it just makes him look more official. This is not actually commanding anything. 5454. I mean, for the Romanians, that's not terrible, actually. But we've now moved that up. We're going to go back and fix the depots here in just a second. Commander's report again. We already looked at that. The Romanian mountain brigades. I'm not going to worry about that. First Cavalry. Now that's out. Oh, okay. First Cavalry is part of 46th Motorized. There is 46th Motorized under von Wettenghoff. He's going to just move up a hex. There we go. Now everybody's back in command. One more, I think. 7th Romanian Cavalry Brigade. Oh, okay. We'll just move this headquarters up just a bit. Now then, everybody should be in command except for units with some kind of special circumstance. Excellent. Okay, so that's all done. And now I think all we really need to do is go look at our depot system. So I want all of these to be ones out here. They can keep a little bit of freight maybe or pass it on, but there's no reason for them to be storing anything. They're back here. There's just no reason for it. Everything's coming out of Kishinev. Now, one thing I've noticed is these depot capacities are huge. If you look at just one of our divisions, and how much freight they're actually receiving. So here, he's getting how much freight did he get? Freight received, all told, like 147, right? Which is pretty much, stocking him up. 60,000 in freight could take on what is that? Like 300 divisions? Is my am I crazy about that? So 300 divisions can be freighted out of one big depot. And I think I've really been overestimating. Now, see the rails getting a little yellow here. Let's just go see what the actual rail usage is here. 2007. Well, this can go up to 12,000. Then you have, the big rail that can go up to 30,000 before there's really any substantial penalties. I think I've really been overestimating kind of how this works. I mean, 60,000 in freight, like I said, so that's 5 is 1,000, 5 divisions getting 200 tons of freight, would be 1,000. Okay. Uh, 10,000 would be what? 30. So I guess I don't know. I'm all confused, but it's a heck of a lot more than I thought it would be. It's pretty much all the divisions here on the southern front. And so I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like maybe you just need to have a couple of big depots out here. I'm going to crank these down to 1. Bucharest, I will leave a 2 just because it's a major city. I don't know. I feel like Bucharest should be a 2. Should it be? I don't know, but I feel like it should be. Uh, all of these, I'm gonna make one like this. Why is Stri a 2? Let's make that a 1. Tarnopol, this is where everything's gonna come out of. I am gonna crank down Lvov. I mean, Lvov has served its purpose. Vinica, for this turn anyway, I'm going to make a 1. We could eventually make it a 2. Vinica has a level 2 rail yard, so that could work. I will make Cherkasy a 1 as well. It's not connected to, I'm not going to make anything big unless it's connected to a rail line. Doesn't make any sense. 1. Zytomir, is that connected? I don't think it is. Hold on. It's not connected. Yeah, I was going to say it couldn't be connected by now. So, Zytomir, this should really be like a 2 at most. Everything's going to come out of Rovno. Tarnopol, we'll make this a 1 for now at Uman. I really just wanted that to pass on that air freight. So 111. We'll keep Lvava 2. I think we can crack down on this one, or crank on that one down, and really focus on a few big ones. And that's just how I'm going to play from now on. Because you start thinking about the capacity of some of these places, and we're not even like it's not like I can say, well, we're not close. We're not even in the same like stratosphere of that capacity. When you figure 5 divisions is only pulling 1,000 tons of freight, and we've got a 60,000 capacity. Now, I do know that it's constrained by the rail lines. I get that, but that's how the system should work. It should all come into this one big place. And when the rail line starts to get taxed, then it stores it back at these other ones, right? But this should build up to, close to 60,000 if it can. Now it won't get that high because the rail will start to, the rail line will start to fall off. But then those 1s and 2s can start to pitch in. And I really think that I've kind of changed my mind about how I want to play this anyway. And I'm going to crank down most things to really low priority. I will keep Brest at 2. I think I'm going to actually take Minsk. Well, yeah, let's put Minsk at a 2. Minsk is a major one. Now, Vitebsk, Orsha, those should be 4s. Veliki Luki, that should be a 4. This should not be a 4. This should be like a 1. Okay. Um, Pskov, that should be a 4. This should be a 1 at Ostrov. Absolutely no reason to have that any higher. I will keep this at a 3 this time at Riga, but we're really getting most of it out of here. We should have 1s everywhere except for the import ports. And that's a 3. Okay. That all looks good. It's sending out anything it gets, so that's fine. Kaunas should be a 1. So really cranking these down. Vilnius will do a 2, and we're just going to focus on a few really big important areas. 1. These are all 1s. I've got these exactly where we should be. I think that's pretty good. I think that we've got all these down to where we want them to be. This will also Cluj. We'll take down to a 1. Perfect. Okay then. So 4. We don't have a whole lot here. Now this is close to our Panzer, so let's just make sure. What's Uman? That's a one rail yard. Right. Okay. This a lot of this is going to have to come out of Tarnopol, unfortunately. Teplik is a one. Venitsa, I think that's level two. Okay. So I would like to build Venitsa up. Let's make that a two. I'm going to make Proskorov, which is a rail yard two. It's a little further back. I'm going to make that a one. Lvov eventually will make a one. Tarnopol, it will pass the torch eventually when we take Kiev, Cherkasy, D-Town, Z-Town. What did we say? D-Town's like a six, and that's where we want to run everything out of. So I'm going to make it my mission to try to get down there and take that very quickly if we can. Rovno, that looks good. Four out in Mogilev. Does that make sense? Where's Mogilev? Yeah, it's only a level one rail yard. Let's actually crank this down. We'll put it as a two for now, just so it gets some if it can. But really, it's Orsha, Vitebsk, Veliki Luki, and Parnu. Okay, I think that's a wrap, and I think that we can go ahead then and hit next phase, which would actually be the next turn, turn 8. It will be August 10th. I don't think there's anything else we need to do. Thinking. I don't think so. We're good. Let's just let's let her rip, and let's hope that the Soviets don't hit this right here very hard, because I got a feeling that might not be good. We'll see though. I looked over that about 100 times, and I was like, is there any way I can get anything in there to bridge that gap? If that Panzer division was just back one hex, I would feel great going into this, but I'm a little concerned. I think we will start to get some counterattacks elsewhere, but I think that my other breakthroughs are structured a little better than this one in the center. The one in the center, first of all, we're running into the hardest resistance, but we've also got the worst terrain. Now in the north, it gets bad very quickly, but where we broke through was actually pretty decent terrain. Out here in the center, this was like in and around a swamp, and now we're getting into woods and other things. So there's just a lot to look at and a lot to take in, and you can't make optimal moves every time because you got to try to get away from the swamp, or you got to make sure you're not attacking into a city, so on and so forth. So we'll see. We'll see. Get this Soviet logistics bit over. We'll see what they do with their air. They have not been attacking much with their air, running many sorties. It's been a lot of transport. They pretty much just transport freight around for now, which is smart from an AI perspective. They are a Soviet perspective. They don't have as good of planes or pilots as we do right now, so they may as well not waste them. Um, because we're just going to chew them up. The more they send their air force at us, the more kills. I mean, I think we're running like 4 or 5 to 1 on kills generally speaking. Now I am running a lot of ground support, and I know some people have questioned that a little bit. But I kind of feel like the first 10 to 12 turns is the best you're ever going to have it in the air as the Axis player. You may as well just use all those planes uh, for to their maximum effect. Because after 1941, you're completely on the defensive in the air, and you really get kind of scared to even send your planes up. And so, you fight the last couple of years, at least, maybe the last 3 years, with no Luftwaffe support at all. Um, who cares if that starts another 5 or 6 turns early, because you got to throw everything at the Soviets right now. So that's my thinking. I know people some disagree, not all. No, it's fine. Okay. It's nice to be. I'm sure it's nice for you guys to see the air screen without my big melon in the way. And you're like, How many planes have been lost? I don't know. All I see is Dojo in the screen. I am going to be back live streaming later this week. Uh, there's been stuff, we got back from vacation. We've had to move down the hall apartment that, or, it's just a long story. So anyway, I've just been recording these, which is fine. That's how I started. I do like to live stream. It's a lot of fun to chat with you guys. But this is how the channel started. This is how the channel originally grew. And I know some people are just like, well, whatever. I just want to watch the game. And if you talk over it and I have to look at your face, I guess I'll put up with that. But I like the game, buddy. All right. So here's the AI turn. Um, this is what I'm watching right here. So it's Soviet reaction tax. This is when we see any counterattacks. Actually, it's the attrition. I'm sorry. It's the attrition attacks is when if the Soviets are going to do anything, like as far as counterattacking goes, that's when we see it. So will we see it? I don't know. I've got message level 3 on, which I hope that they would show me an entire, they would show me the battle, but it always sticks right here at 27%. And it's these Soviet attrition attacks. Okay. Looks like we're getting something here. I don't know what's going on, but things changed. Oh, look at this. They're trying to break through right there, but I don't think that was actually an attack. Um, there was a gap. We do or I do every other hex a lot of times, and I think they just tried to push through there. I always think of it as like a net, that zone of control. It's like, we let them stretch it a little bit, but it's very hard to break that netting. The minute I say that, of course, is when they will do it. Ninth Army is a little bit under strength up here. I'd like to take Smolensk so I can just push north with the rest of Ninth Army and kind of collapse this front a little bit. The Soviets are actually kind of, I don't want to say they're even with us out here, but they're pushing real hard. Wow. Looks like some things took off there. So they look to be in full Did they just retreat out of Smolensk? Maybe not completely, but a lot of things just took off. Well, we'll see. You never know until they show you the completed map. Here comes their freight runs. They're coming down to Odessa. Okay, that's smart. Now, we did lose several planes. If you saw their part of the air war, that was that interdiction stuff out in Odessa, the Gulf of Odessa. They're also sending things in here. I'm not exactly sure what town that is, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to go look. West, they're saying it. Oh, it's out of West Moscow, probably. Okay, it's our logistics turn. I'm not sure. I don't think they collapsed this. We'll see. That was out there by a tendril. I like to build them kind of, two or three three hexes wide. And I had that Panzer division kind of out there on their own. Did not like that. Can't do that. That's a again, we wouldn't have lost that division. It was still had supply from last time and whatever. But it would have slowed us down just trying to, maneuver around to get it back out of isolation. And it probably would have had like, I don't know, 10 or 12 movement points, if that, maybe like 7 or 8. So it's always just dangerous getting them out there on their own like that. All right, so this is going to be turn 8. We're into turn 8, August 10th. You see Moscow out here. I mean, we're still a good, 150 kilometers maybe? Somewhere in there. I don't know. I didn't count all this, but it's about 15 hexes, I would say, 150 kilometers. We're doing okay in the center. Could we do better? Sure. I've certainly been further along the path by turn 8, but this new and improved AI is playing pretty well. I still like our chances. You know, well, I more than like our chances. We're going to be just fine. But you know, next time we play this, there's probably a few things I would certainly do different. I say probably and certainly all in the same sentence. But all in all, I think by turn 15, we'll be right where we want to be. And that's where you've got to be. Because starting in turn 16, or at least in the old game, now I know the weather system's different in this. We'll go look at the weather this time. Sometimes we don't do that enough. But turn 16, 17, 18, you started to maybe get in the mud a bit. Okay, let's go look at the turn summary here. We lost 36,000 men last turn. Okay, 347 guns, only 62 AFVs. I like that. 274 planes. That's quite a few planes, no doubt about it. On the map, though, we did get we got some reinforcements, some things cycled back on, whatever. We only are down 9,500 troops, 118 guns. We're actually up AFVs, and only down 100 planes. So we had a lot of planes come in from the pool, evidently. The theater boxes we really beefed up. The theater boxes got a lot of stuff. 20,000 new troops. It got 352 new guns. Not bad. Soviets, I like this. The Soviets only gained by 2,000 troops on the map. That's always a victory. Although I'll tell you, August is kind of a slow period for the. Look at that. They lost 1,700 planes on the map this time around. But August is a little slow for the Soviets. In September, they get an infusion of 500,000 troops. That's not a misprint. I didn't misspeak. They get 500,000 troops just in September. That's in the rule book. That's like one of their big infusions when they start bringing some things in from the east. Okay. What do we get this time? What's shown up? We've got these units here that are going into Western Europe, North Africa. We got this on the map. Oh, the Italians are here. All right. Fantastic. We got the Italians. Woo. Um, they're on the map. All right, 199 to 16. Yeah, they're down here. We'll start to rail them to the front, and Italia on the map. Hello. Um, okay, so gosh, this is Principe Amadeo Italian Celery Division. That just sounds nice. Norway, let's see. Got a little bit. Got a little AA. A lot of these are support units. There's an infantry division on the map. That's and another Italian. A static division went into the garrison. Okay. Okay. Another static into the garrison. This is like 8,800 men. This one's 12,000. So like 20,000 men went into the garrison. Um, and by and large, these are either the Italians, all the 199 216s. What is this? Oh, that is also Italian. It's right by there. Well, not right by there. It's in a different part of Italy, evidently. 200 216. That's there. The rest, are they back? I guess I could go click on it. This is a cavalry unit. Well, anyway, we'll come back to that. And we also got an air group that came in. What is that? The Croat. Okay, this is the Croat into Axis reserves. Um, I wish we had control of the reserves. Let's go look at Axis reserves. We can't do it from there. Let's undo that filter. Okay, so this Croat unit came in. Let's go look at our reserves. I wish I could bring some of these air units on. We've got two fighter bomber groups. The Croat one, you see it here, it's in, and the Spanish one. This is a Spanish air group. Okay, and that's a Stoffel. It's got 12. The experience is good, 76. I mean, I don't want these things back here in the reserve. I also don't want them to be bombers. We're going to turn them into fighters. Oh gosh, it's going to be 8 turns. Well, we need all the fighters we can get. So, okay, now it's going to go train. Fine. We've got level bombers, recon. The game will bring these on when it wants to bring them on. This is why, giving the AI control of things can hurt sometimes. Okay, what do we got going on here around Odessa? This is what I really wanted to see for the air war. And as you see, all of these are lit up now with this German kind of light blue silver. We have now got full interdiction in the Gulf of Odessa. There's no way they should be getting any supply into Odessa. We've got it surrounded. We've got all of the Gulf of Odessa under our air superiority. Hopefully that's enough. Now, we just got that, and that would have been after the Soviet logistics turn. So this really won't help us that much unless we need, unless we get to next turn. Well, I would much rather take it this turn. Imagine that. Um, I'm going to go ahead and take Fliegerführer Aussie. And oh, do I dare? Yeah, I'm going to dare. I'm going to go ahead and right click there. I'm going to put it up into Luftflotte 1 again. Okay. And then we're going to move it all the way up here to Riga. At least just for one turn, maybe, but we're going to move it up here. Release there. It's into the Riga airbase. And we'll transfer immediate. Okay. All right. So that's in at Riga. And now I want to do a directive for Luftflotte 1 for naval. Ground support. Nope. That's not what we want. We want, yes, naval patrol. Perfect. Okay. And then I want naval patrol just for this one turn out here in the Gulf of Riga. Okay. Wow. Okay. So this would just be with 260 bombers. So they're telling me. Huh. Why don't we try to first take this and see if it gets rid of this automatic or this, kind of automatic interdiction within 5 hexes of this? I don't like that. Maybe, what if we came up here and tried to get rid of this? Would that work? Could that work? What I really want to save it for is Lake Ladoga, of course. Maybe I don't do this one at all. Let's click off that. Let's click off that. Let's see what happens when we take this. For one thing, I'm just kind of curious if all of this naval interdiction goes away. Again, this is automatic within 5 hexes of a port like this, so we'll see. We'll see. Um, I don't know. Well, we'll go back and look at some of our other air units. This these are our messages for turn 8. The British RAF begins conducting bombing raids on Axis cities in July of 41, which stretch until December. These early bombing missions reveal that only 1 in 3 bombers are able to hit their mark within 5 miles of their target. Target, manpower, damage 20, radius 55, raids 1. Okay. Well, there's not a whole lot we can do about that. The British are bombing. Okay. Consolidating control. Security units found out into the occupied territory. Soviet Union garrison ground requirement increases to 60. All right, we'll go look at that here in a minute. We'll look at the garrison. Soviet partisans become active throughout much of the Axis occupied territory. Partisan attacks, intensity of 1 or 2 in many USSR regions. Okay, look at all of this partisan activity. It's sometimes a little hard to notice on the map, but all of this red that's just like interdiction. It's no different than naval interdiction like this. This is like running over landmines, sort of, for both your freight and your units. It slows you down, and they really want to mess with your logistical network. But look at all of the partisan activity out here. Now, none of it rises above a level 1 that I see. I don't see any 2s out here. Not yet, but it could only grow. Let's go look at our garrison. All right. 60 is the requirement. We've got 49.46. We've got 82%. As long as the computer or the AI keeps this at 82%, partisan activity is going to grow faster even than it did historically. We've got, the AI needs to bump this up, and I would assume each turn it will try to get up to 100%. Now, there was an event this time which did bump it to 60. So when we moved things around, I think the requirement maybe was 50, and it almost got it there. Uh, but then there was an event that pushed it to 60. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how, well or poorly it does. Interdiction pisses me off. I hate it. Partisan stuff. But that's a good thing. That's what makes the game fun. Let's go down and look at our units really quickly and see what kind of freight we got in from a movement point perspective. Great. Okay. Well, not great. Good. Good. To be all the way up here in the Baltic, almost to the Gulf of Finland, and be getting units out here with 14, 13, 13 movement points, that all looks good. If we ate it, we got naval that came up here. That's good. Everything was coming out of Parnu here. Excellent. That's what you want to see. A little came out of Riga. Not a whole lot. We're not completely relying on Riga now. You can see Parnu got the Panzer groups out here. Then 16th Army, some of that's coming from here, some of it's coming from there. It's coming a little bit from everywhere for 16th. Vitebsk, look at Vitebsk start to just pop out the freight to these units. Yeah, I mean, it's getting some of this. Who else is getting? Oh, yes, they didn't break this. And look, we've got 35 movement points. That's actually much more than I expected. I thought they may come into this gap. They probably tried. With two Panzer divisions, we've got a lot of zone of control. I mean, that would be a lot of movement points to get in there. They have abandoned Smolensk. This is what I was talking about before. We're going to take Vitebsk and Smolensk with barely a shot fired, at least in the city that itself. We've got a 1-1 here. They have completely abandoned Smolensk. Fantastic, fantastic. That's what I wanted to see. We got to get Second Army rolling. Now, when I put them in the purple, I wanted to draw attention to them. I thought I had given them a nice little perk bonus with these beautiful purple uniforms. They're not doing it for me yet. They've really bogged down out here. We got to get to Gomel, and we got to get out here, to Kursk and Kharkov. We want our points. Give me my points. I want them. But they've got to pick it up this turn. Down here, okay, you can see at Kiev, we got 92 defense. That's actually not as big as you would think. Can we tell what it is here? No, we still can't tell at Odessa. This is probably 190. You know what I mean? It's 92. We're gonna run over that. I wonder if they've got anything back here. Let's look at First Panzer. Oh, they did try to sneak somebody in here, but they didn't close the deal. And so this unit did not get isolated. It can still track back here, 29, they're in the high 20s. We've got to get some. Oh, look at this. Cherkasy did get this time. It's got 81 damage. We must have won that dice roll, right? Where it divides by 10 if you don't beat the dice roll. Uh, 81 damage. Wow, we got to get working on that. We got to put a headquarters in there with some construction. Where are the Soviets? They just keep dropping back, dropping back. This all looks good. Okay, let's unate it. There we go. And let's talk about where we may want to start staging some of our aircraft. I think no doubt we want to bring our fighters up here to Pskov. I got to probably hold the control key down to do that. There we go. We're just going to just skip them over there to Pskov. Let's get off of air directives so that we can do an immediate transfer. All right. So up to Pskov we go. And Pskov only at 36%. You can see we're getting pretty light on fighters, as other people have mentioned, and I hear you. I know we are. Uh, I'm throwing everything I got at it. I've already told you my strategy a million times. If that doesn't work, well, yeah, we're going to be in a hell of a lot of trouble in 1942. I completely agree with that. No matter what you think of the idea, I think we can all agree if this doesn't succeed, we're in a whole world of hurt in 1942. Call off north. Why are you all the way up here? Let's see. We don't have anything more. Yeah, we do. We have bombers there. Do we care? How far out can KG-76 get? Where are my rings? Are the rings? Wow. Okay. Well, KG-76 can get a long ways up there. I mean, that was almost to the North Pole. Um, This one is a little, it's got a little less range. KG1. I don't want to be moving these every time, but by the same token, I do want them to have, be a little further up. Immediate transfer, yes. Okay. All right, so we got these two up there. The call-offs are back here. I'm still not running any recon, so I just don't think it really matters where those are so much. But I will do something like this with this bombing group and say, hey, where do you want to go? Oh, wow, we're going to kind of spread them all over. That's interesting. Okay, immediate transfer. Some are going up to Saltsy. I don't even know if I want to be up in Saltsy, but we are now. Where are they indicating that? It's out in the middle of Lake Peepus. They have some here, some there, some everywhere. That's kind of funny. KG1, JG, KG. Okay, that's our three bombing groups. All of our recon are just kind of chilling. We've got our transport still back here. I guess I could maybe put it up in Riga, right? I mean, how much freight has Riga got? Received 69.89, stored 190. Well, they still don't really have enough. Okay, the Caliphs will stay back here. I think this bombing group's helping here. This one's helping here. Let's look at the ring circles. Oh yeah, I mean they've got enough range. They'll be all right. Call off KG-53, KG-3, ZG. What are my ZGs? Have we talked about this before? They're fighter bombers trained as bomber. That's right. Okay, okay. So they're fighter bombers trained as bombers. Those are ZGs. Good to know. Let's move them up just a little bit. I don't know. We could even put them in Veleky Luki maybe. But somewhere up here. Oh, they want to go to Vitebsk. Okay. I don't blame them. Now I want to visit Vitebsk myself. I have no idea. If any of you have ever been to Vitebsk, tell me what kind of town it is. I'm just curious. The JG-51 are fighters. Let's kind of just drag them across here and see where they want to go. Oh, some of them do want to go to Veleky Luki. Okay, I was wondering about that. If some would go a little bit further north, and now they have JG-51, JG-27's all right here. They just get there, don't they? I'm going to leave them there for one more turn. The uh, dive bombers. Okay, we'll kind of all leave all those. Bombers have plenty. But I'm very encouraged with what I see by the end of this turn. Let's go to our directives then. What do we have here? We'll get rid of the naval patrol. I don't think we need that. Should I have done that? Actually, I don't care if the Romanians and the Hungarian, especially the Romanians, fly out here. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go back and rebuild that one. It's not that big a deal, right? But I feel like maybe I should have a little bit because I'd be really pissed off if the Soviets broke that interdiction because I took off too soon. So let's go ahead and do naval patrol again. Why don't I do it a little further out? Because I kind of think if I have all of this out here, I could maybe do an amphibious operation. Am I crazy? I don't know. Probably. Um, area 2, I'll say, but I'm going to move this back. Okay, I get full escort there. Do I get escort there? No. I get full escort there. Okay. I made this a 3. Ooh, hey, that's nice. I wish it would go all the way here. What about a 4? Now that's weird. Why am I getting escort here? Huh. What if I do a 5? Ooh, now I just run out of escorts down here, but that gets me almost to the coast. Wow, that's going to be a lot of missions. We'll lose a ton of planes doing that. Where are they coming from? Oh, they're coming. The Hungarian Transport Group? What? Oh, this is the command. I got it. That's from Luftwaffe. That's where Luftwaffe 4, its counter is. I was like, what? What is going on? Intensity. Well, let's bump that down a little bit. We don't want to get crazy here. Do we? Yeah, we probably do, but no, we're not going to get that crazy. That's fine. I don't even know if I need to do this, honestly. I should probably be doing it right here, and we will. I think we will. I think we'll move all of these Romanians and Hungarians. It looks like these are all Romanians down here. We have a Hungarian recon regiment, but whatever. Am I going to move any of this stuff? Oh, I should go ahead and confirm that. That's probably a little wild. I'm not sure if I would do that against another human. It's probably just throwing planes against a wall a little bit. But okay. I would kind of like to learn and see, how, if that works, if it does work or it doesn't work. We'll see. Ooh, they're going all the way up there by Kiev. These guys want to play. Okay. I'll let you. Immediate transfer. We've put in your transfer, Klinger. All right, KG, KG, KG. These have plenty of. These do not have plenty of range. So let's go. Let's kind of pull all here and see where they want to go. Wow, they kind of spread out on us. Okay, that's fine. Immediate transfer. All right, there you go. So we got our fighters further up the field. Let's get JG. Why is JG 57 way back here? Okay, let's kind of do the same thing. I'll just kind of pull. Whoa! Whoa! Didn't want it to go quite that far. All right, we'll put them right in the middle. Um, Immediate transfer. Okie dokie. Great. It's really just the fighters I cared about for the most part. We've got these fighters down here. That's fine. We've built our new naval. I think we're good. Yep, I think that's all I'm going to do. Let's execute the air directives. Probably going to lose some planes out here, and not just a few. Oh, we got to speed this up. This is going to kill me. Yeah, we've already lost 4 or wow, we're running a lot of missions out here. We are truly going to control the Gulf of Odessa. Well, we've run 307 sorties. We've only lost 7 planes. That's not bad. Thought it would be a lot worse than that. We're already on day 4. Ooh, we're doing it right in by the Gulf there. 12, now we lost 12 planes. Okay, that's acceptable. They're all operational losses. The Soviets aren't even contesting this anymore, which probably makes it a little even more foolhardy, right? I mean, they're not even contesting the Gulf of Odessa. I would love to get down here and get this going in and around Sevastopol, though. Okay, we lost a couple more, 18. That's fine. No need to run any more missions, guys. We're good. We ran almost 700 missions. We had 18 operational losses. That's certainly not bad. That's all good. Okay, fine. Let's go look at that interdiction, of course. Now, why did that go down? Huh. Now that's interesting. Um, hmm. Well, the Soviets must have ran counter ones during their turn. I'm not sure why we didn't challenge that more. Now, we saw them running a lot. because we did run, like 300 sorties during their air turn, which could have only been this. That's the only thing that we run during their turn. Huh. Well, they've evened things up. We better take Odessa right away. Either that or we need to. Our Fliegerführer Aussie is like the most incredible force, air force of all time. Wow, that's really crazy. Okay, okay. Moving on, moving on. And we're up into 18th Army. But before we do that, let's go look at the losses really quickly. We're at 207,000, including 2,800 guns, 587 AFVs. We've had 73,000 men killed as the Axis. Okay, we've had 309 men captured and 134,000 men disabled. The Soviets have lost nearly 1.4 million men, 24,000 guns, 8,000 AFVs. They've had 254 killed, 818 captured, 321 disabled. Let's look at air losses. Where are we? Air losses, we're at 2161. The Soviets are at 7,119. A lot closer than you would generally see in the first game or when other people play. I throw my Luftwaffe into the fray in a big way. I get all the ground support I can get, um, because I'm trying to do thunder and lightning out here. Okay, Kalen looks ready for the taking, does it not? That's nice and red on top of that counter. I like that. But first of all, let's move this unit down here and take this Kurosare. All right, that is now in our hands. We make sure that that's an import port. It is, right? Change to an export port? No. So it is an import port. It's a 3. So maybe we will start getting some stuff up here as well. This is doing an awesome job. Parnu, it's just kicking out stuff from the port, the rail yard. I haven't even given it priority, although technically it says in the manual this should get priority automatically. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. That's what it says. Okay, let's then get these regiments. I want to move them up here and just take out some of these Soviet hexes. So even though this is certainly not the most efficient way to go, this is how I'm going to go up this way, and we'll go here, and we'll just kind of crawl our way up here. We got to kind of wait for this other regiment to catch up anyway. So just kind of moving slowly up here. Next time I'll go this way. Not the biggest deal. These regiments are not going to make or break anything. Okay, now then, he I say he, Wadrig, right? Yes, I got it this time. Wadrig has got this unit as well. These are modals units here. We definitely want to take Callan this time, and we want to probably do it with modals, guys here. They're right around here. They're going to be the best. He's going to pass his role almost certainly. Artillery, howitzer battalion, howitzers. They've got plenty of artillery. They got plenty of flak. They got Stugs, Panzerjägers. They've got 3 groups of pioneers. I mean, this guy's got it all, right? And we trust that he will use it wisely. With great power comes great responsibility, Walter Model. Okay, we're going to storm Callan. Did I say I'm thinking of Kalinin. We're going to storm Talon. Okay. Oh, I will say, as a victory location, we would get a +5 here for the time that we're taking it. A +5 bonus. I always like that. Okay, you guys ready? Let's go. The Talon population evacuates. We've lost 24 bombers coming in on Talon. Okay. He's lit up red, which generally means that he's going to go flying, but we'll see. Oh, shoot. I have this on message level 3. I was like, 388. Yeah, there he goes. He blows out of there. That's the difference between message level 3. In message level 3, we were getting every bombing run. We did lose 24. I think those were Stukas, actually. But that's okay. When you take a town, you get 5 bonus points. It's all worth it, isn't it? Maybe not, but okay, I'll say it is. I would have rather not lost quite that many men. So they lost 646 and 9 guns. I'm actually surprised they retreated that easily. They have got a lot of like uh, oh, it was in, there's a big air base here. So they had a lot. Oh, it did route out. 7,600 men, 253 guns, and audio C, you're out of here. I'm gonna have this unit be the one to come up here because I want, oh shoot, he can't get off an attack. Okay, that's fine. Now then, we'll just kind of keep scooting along here. We have now taken Tallinn. This let's go look at this for a second. 2 port, 3 manpower, one. I wish that was a 2 rail yard. Um, okay, well, it is what it is. I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk. Let's see. Let's move Wadrig. I'm sorry. Was that Modal? No, that's Wadrig. That's Wad. How dare you confuse those two? Um, I'm going to move him right here. Now let's go look at Wadrig. I was going to do this just a second ago. What's he got? Howitzers, motorized mixed flat. He needs that. He deserves more. He's doing a good job out here. What's up here? This is all OKH. We have a heavy cannon at 18th Army. Let's pull that down. We have a Stug Battalion. Let's pull that down from 18th. Got a Pioneer. We'll give it to him. And we'll give him the Werfer. Okay. Lock it up. Lock it up, Wadrig. Okay, let's have him do a deliberate attack there. That should go well. Yeah, I was going to say, get out of here. And off they go. That was a naval infantry group of some sort. Now we'll have that unit go forward, and he's got everybody in command. He could even, you know what? I'm going to have him go sit triumphantly in Tallinn, even though it was Modal's forces that took it. Now, wow, they don't look very strong up here, to be honest with you. Uh, Kind of surprised by that. Um, let's go ahead and do a deliberate here. I'm tempted to do a hasty. I could probably get away with it, but I'm gonna do a deliberate just to make sure. And it does retreat. Okay, I'm glad it was 10 to 1, but I kind of wonder if a hasty would not have been good enough. Um, he could go there, there. I've also got this unit. Do I want him to go there? Probably. Let's get them going kind of around this, and we'll move up modal. We'll stack him with that unit there. We'll do a hasty. Am I going to get away with it? I hope I do. Okay, they only retreated though. I was kind of hoping for a little more than that. Um, things get a little hairy up here. Can you go there? No. Can you go there? Yeah, you can. Okay, so I'm going to take him there. I'm going to hit that. That was like an air unit and a cavalry unit there. All right, we knocked that back again. I mean, somehow we lost more men than they did. I don't know about that. It was 6 to 1 odds. Okay. Now this is the strongest unit out here, and they keep trying to form the line with it. Sure. Ooh, I was wrong. That's not the strongest unit out here. Wow. Okay. Well, we're gonna get around behind here then, and we'll try to knock this out with a hasty. Now we got them in a little bit of a pickle. Can we get rid of this motorized unit? Well, we're, I mean, we can with a deliberate, I know that, but can we get rid of it with a hasty and then move up one more and really kind of squeeze him here? Let's try it. Okay, he just retreated. I was hoping for a little more than that. Why do we keep taking more casualties? It's peeving me. We're just maybe leave him here. Do I need to do anything else? How about we do a deliberate here and see how that works? No, they held. Modal lost a lot of battles that time. Now it didn't hurt us at all. I mean, we're up and around the corner. These guys are all completely in trouble. That they probably will try to fall back to the Narva this time, but we're almost up and around them. Uh, Interesting. They're a lot stronger up here than I would have thought. Let's look at Modal now. He's now 17 and 4. Come on, Valther. I think that's it. I think it's it with those guys. When we come back next time, we will move Lindemann's group of 18th Army, which we're going to try to drive straight up this way. Okay. And then we'll move some 16th Army which we're going to try to push right towards Novgorod or Novgorod, if you prefer. I don't know why I just said Novgorod. It's Novgorod. And then we're going to see what we're going to do with our panzers. I don't know. What the heck are we going to do with our panzers? We've got a lot of choices, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Up here, we will be adding several divisions to the attack. We've kind of just been holding with this, and for some reason, they've kept their strongest forces right here instead of reinforcing Talon. What does... Oh, I know what I wanted to look at. Let's look at the weather really quickly. Okay. Looking all right. We got no problem. This could be a problem eventually if this keeps moving across here. Get a little rain, a little mud. That's what we don't want. We also have this front. Let's see what this looks like next. Oh gosh, of course, of course. As you get into Leningrad, of course, we're going to have every weather system in the world center over Leningrad. Is that even possible? Look at that. That's hilarious. That looks like the Olympic rings, but it's like one of those magicians that like puts the rings together and then all of a sudden they come out in a different shape or something. That is unbelievable. Well, it's definitely going to be raining here sooner rather than later, so we got to keep that in mind. Doesn't they're not forecasting rain next time, but how could they not? Um, or are they? Yep, here comes the rain. Uh, the rain was fallen, says Millie Vanilli in Leningrad. Whew. Well, this is going to make things quite a challenge. Quite a challenge indeed, because this is going to cause mud. And you can see here, it gets out over the center too. Okay, okay. I'm not going to be upset. That's what makes the game fun. But in the middle of August, you'd rather not have that much rainfall. Let me just tell you that as a pro tip. Pro tip. Anyway, thank you guys so much. This has been Strategy Gaming Dojo. I'll talk to you next time. Have a good one.